Okay, got a Ft897, and you never know whether they're the D or not, the difference being the high stab, but not a real big, huge difference, to be honest. But this is the Ft897, which is sort of Yaesu's answer to the portable shack in the box. At the time we had TS2000s and we had 847s, etc. Well, the 897 came later, and obviously had a few different interesting features. The fact that it did right up to 70 sems and did 2 meters, did 6 meters, etc., and HF as well, was always lovely. This one's actually got the AT897, which was a fabulous tuner, really was. And the thing about the 897 was it torqued to the back of this. You just held that in for a second, it just went click, click, click. Once that was off, bang, it was tuned, and your SWR was perfect. And they're really good little devices. They won't tune absolutely everything, but they certainly are not too bad. This one's got a very slight mark just in here in the screen. A lot of them had, over the years, so they get a little bit of a display issue. This one's extremely good compared to some of the ones I've seen before, but that's something to be aware of with the 897s, that they can get just a slight little marking in the screen. As you can see, it doesn't change the operation of it at all in this particular mode here. And if I go up to, let's take up to the band, they're just touching the one there, and you can just go through the bands, etc., etc. And it's just affecting the 3 and the that sort of second digit there, only just a little bit, but it's a very fine. As I said, I've seen much worse, but so let's go back and get us on to something I can hear us on. So probably we've got a signal here. I'm listening to a 0.5 of a microvolt signal coming out of the R2009, and let's just pump that up, pump up the volume a bit. We're going to put in about 50 microvolts. Whoops. That's 50 microvolts right there, and pretty much on the S9, which is that little digit there, right on 50 microvolts. Extremely annoying, that noise. Hang on. Let's get rid of that. Righto. Actually, let's put this onto sideband, because if I talk in here, 1, 2, 1, 2, I'll just bring myself up a little bit in frequency, just so you can understand me. Let's have a look here. You should be able to hear resolved sideband. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that's not quite it, is it? Hang on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Oh, I'm on the wrong sideband. Hang on. Yes, I see the problem. Let's go to, well, no, actually, I can fix it another way. It's called just find the right side of the sideband on the monitor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hollow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, to give you an idea, it's not a PEP unit, this. If I go to FM here, and you'll hear a lot of noise, but you'll see the actual carrier power. And I'm on sideband still, so let's go to FM over here, and let's have a little look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 94, 95 watts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we go. We're just on FM going into the dummy load. Now, a lot of people say, why do you have 2 test monitors? Well, this is the one example where I can show you why. Because when we go up to... Stay on FM. When we go up to 147 megs, I can have this other monitor set up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can sit there and I can monitor deviation, power, etc. And have a look at what we're doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we actually get to be able to see the unit working on... both monitors, but obviously there's 2 ports at the back here, so you've got a port for N-type connector that goes off to VHF, UHF, and HF is run off the little PL259 there, UHF connector. So that's an interesting little radio. Hang on. So I just wanted to show you power output on 2 meters there. 44.66 watts on a 125 watt scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So very accurate measurement there. You'll get the same on sideband too. So they're good output. And the great thing is, actually, of course, from here I can come over and go RF. Oh my goodness, I've got to remember how to use my monitor now. That's RF display, and we want to go over to RF here. Sorry, I'm going to be right in a minute. I'm forgetting how to use my own monitor. Right, want to generate. Aha. Now, let's just turn our own volume down here so we're not hearing that there. And we're going to have to change our frequency over here to 140. Whoa! Okay, a lot of signal there. Let's turn that signal level down. So we've got about 707 microvolts there, so it's going to be over there, and obviously dBm. So let's just go over and see if we can use our little control here. And let's get that down to about 0.5. Now, I'm on squelched at the moment, so I'm squelched at about 0.7 of a microvolt. So let's just see if we can hear about 0.4. Turn the squelch off, and there we go. Amazing receivers on these things. Really, really top receivers. Let's just go see what they're like on... wrong button. Doing it again. 438.175. So let's have a look. And we'll take ourselves up to 438.175. And we're putting in exactly the same amount, 0.39 of a microvolt. And look at that. Hearing it. And we can just bring that up like so. And I'm on the frequency here. Hang on. Let me just put it back on frequency. I've got to just change that down one there. There we go. That's in full totoids, but let's take it down and scale it down. Nice and slow. That's better. Yeah, beautiful receiver. So that's the reason we have two monitors. When we're really lazy, we can then just go straight back over to our test over here on 7100 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're working over there, and then we can go straight over to here. So for a radio like this, get rid of that. A radio like this, it does make a lot of sense because it's certainly something that they just otherwise you're moving leads from monitor. Oh, it's a pain. So anyway, that's kind of neat. Now, what else did they do? Really, they just so you know, you can actually get a battery pack that fits inside these things. There is also an optional power supply that you could fit inside, so you could run these completely off 240 volts. This is the 12 volt model, and don't think there's any batteries in it. I'm pretty sure there's not. Have to check that, to be honest, but I'm pretty sure there's not. And this is one that's come out of Gippsland, actually, from that auction. So we'll just be moving this one on, but certainly good to have one out on the bench and have a bit of a play with it. There are a few other features where you've got DSP with digital noise reduction, digital noise filter, etc., etc. So you can do quite a bit, and you can change with your multi-function over here. You can change, obviously, a lot of the various menu functions. Very easy to access on these, and very easy to change to whatever you want to do at the time. I just trying to remember now if you, I think it was, yeah, you held that, and you could do, oh, that's right, and you could change with the function and change features as well. Read the manual. Anyway, as you can see, I'm struggling with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, so I'm just checking there where we're at, but we're still transmitting on the 7.1, and yeah, that's good there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyway, they were a great portable radio. They obviously came with the little handle on the side, etc., etc. And from memory, I think that switch there, let me just check. Yeah, I think that was the battery switch. I think that was, they had that switch in there to enable or disable your batteries. Can't really see. I just don't think this had batteries in it, but look, that doesn't mean it hasn't. If it has, you get them for nothing. But yeah, they were a Yaesu pack. But overall, look, great little radio because of the fact it could just do so many bands, and really, this won't be selling for a heap of money. They're not overly expensive, but it does give you a lot of stuff in one box, and for a budget radio. In 2023, they certainly weren't a budget radio back when they were bought out. I'm trying to remember what year these things came out. I'm thinking in the 2000s, mid 2000s, somewhere around there. The 897, yeah, look, somewhere around there. But yeah, they were very popular, especially with the portable crowd. A lot of people love to, obviously, whip the power, whip the power down on them and use them as a QRP portable. The fact that they were, HF, VHF, UHF. mode, it gave you a lot of bang for your buck. You know, sort of it wasn't silly at all. All right, well, look, we'll put this video up. If anyone's interested in it, we really just wanted to have a bit of a play with one, and certainly it's been interesting. I'll just double check on those batteries. I'll just be curious to see if it has a pack. Hang on. I just remembered the battery was actually in the bottom, and you could see it if it was in there. No, it's definitely very empty, so that was worth just checking. But you can, do a portable battery with it to get it looking, working outside of having a normal sort of 12-volt supply to it. Obviously, you can run this off a 240 to 12-volt transformer power supply to do that. Draws about 20 odd amps, so decent supply required, and certainly it's one of those radios that a lot of people put into a like a little metal case, and they take away on portable trips and things. I was sort of almost thinking about doing that, but I just realised that it probably wouldn't get used very much with me. That's too much on. Anyway, there you go. So that's the little unit. They're a great little thing, and certainly whether you're a HF guy or a VHF, UHF, you sort of can't lose, because you're really getting the best of all these bands, and it really is a great little unit for the money. I haven't decided on price just yet. Look, it won't be huge money, but so I've just got to have a look at what it actually costs. I can't remember, to be honest, but it'll sell pretty much on whatever it owed us out of the auction. But it's just one we wanted to have a bit of a play with and see what it does, and certainly they do perform extremely well. All right, 73s, thanks for having a look at this little Yaesu 897 video, and maybe it gives you a bit of an idea, if you're looking at one, just things to be careful of. Certainly, they're really, when they're working, they're an incredibly good radio, no question. When they're not, they can give you some grief. Generally, I find that, if they're still working today without any problems, you've probably struck a good one. They didn't come back in their droves, by the way. They were pretty reliable. We were doing a bit of service work for the AC dealership we had back in Adelaide, and didn't see too many of these come back. Actually, I don't think we did see any. We probably saw the odd 857. They were, but you got to remember how many are sold. 857s were sold in cartons of them at a time. It was huge sales. All right, 73s. Thanks very much. VK3 Charlie Mike, Tangambulanga, Northeast Victoria. All the best.